But they remember you.
Isn't that the truth?
The Voice 17104.com. This is Zanetta Wingfield, and you're listening to The Voice 17104.com. The Voice 17104.com.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Rick's Place here on The Voice 17104. You know, we was a little delayed. I was cutting it up here, but
Sure, my
Pastor
apologies.
Thomas, we was having a nice conversation about current events here in the city of Harrisburg, you know, which we do believe will be resolved in short order. I usually leave all the local commentary and, to a good brother that is also have a podcast here on The Voice, Brother Ron Chaplin. He covers the city and the county pretty good. So, anything coming out of current events here in the city, I touch on it here and there, but, I find the national and the state, more intriguing because you have that trickle down effect. And that's why in our topic today, what goes around comes around. So you can't spare either insurrection and attack the United States government with your minions and think that we can walk away free. That's not in the playbook. If they have to pay for their conduct in attacking the United States, so do you. And we're talking about Donald J. Trump, who just was indicted for his role in the Capitol insurrection. About time. Donald whipped them people up into a frenzy, and it wasn't hard to do. Because, they was feeling that way long before Donald J. Trump. And he knew that. He was astute enough to know that. And on his campaign trail in 2016, he stirred the pot. He knew exactly what he was doing. Because those feelings already existed. Example, we got a little bonfire. And, fire that the young folks make when they want to roast a marshmallow, a hot dog, or whatever they're doing. And all of a sudden, somebody come up there. Now you have to understand, these bonfires are usually in the woods. If somebody come up there with a can of gasoline, the fire's already there. And they start sprinkling all around on the trees and on the ground and all that dry shrubbery. As soon as the gasoline hit that little bonfire, it'll become a forest fire. Well, that's Donald Trump. The fire was already there. All he did was come along for the sole purpose of serving him. He threw gasoline on the fire, thinking They loved him so much. Remember the statement he made on the campaign trail in 2016? That he could shoot somebody in Manhattan on the square, but still wouldn't lose any votes. Well, he was convinced. By that time, he was convinced that he was the leader of a cult, which proves true right today. There's a certain segment of the United States population that will die and go to hell with Donald Trump. He has become a cult leader. That's why he said on the campaign trail in 2016, I love the uneducated. Why is that? People who do not think for themselves. We even got some of them in Congress who think for themselves. Everything they do is for the bidding of Donald Trump. That's why I'm so happy when Jack Smith said of the leader here, your buddy. Okay. Well, we're gonna charge you, buddy. Again. This time for the Capitol insurrection. That he orchestrated him and his cohorts, the ones closest to him. Rudy Giuliani, the other night was on Fox going crazy. Well, you going to jail, really? Some lies and hypocrisy. And it was horrible what you did to those two black women in Georgia. You and Donald, how they talking about they taking suitcases of votes and mother and daughter. That was horrible. How in the world somebody gonna take a suitcase in a room full of people? But that's the lie you fed. These women testify before Congress. And the mother go to the grocery store, mother calls her daughter. This is her daughter panic. As a mother not to call my name, fearing that someone is to may cause harm to them because of what you, Rudy Giuliani, and Donald Trump did to them. But you wouldn't have to worry about it because I think these two women are astute enough as you're going to pay for that too, Donald. In the end, they might be on in Mar-a-Lago. Mother and daughter, change the whole name of the place. Because you're smart about a lot of things. And here we are. It gets rain today. I don't know, what is it, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, something like that, on those charges. He now faces 78 charges. And while he wanted to be famous then, what president in the United States history have ever been charged for anything that amounted to 78 charges, and most felonies? told you in an episode we had here a week or two ago. I did a lot of work for the FBI when I was a law enforcement officer for the city of Harrisburg. I was a detective 4 years. Got promoted, went back to patrol. When it came time for me to be promoted to lieutenant, I went back to criminal investigation. I was second in command of the criminal investigation division under Captain Cindy Mullen. First it was Captain Richard Pickle, then Cindy. Okay? A lot of work. I had to give you a little background there. So you work with the FBI as a law enforcement officer. One thing about the United States Justice Department, FBI, CIA, NSA, one thing about these group of people, they're very methodical. See, they don't go to court with no cliffhangers. They're not percentage players. That's what I like about our DA's office. They bring you to court, they got you. Ace. I've seen across the country that there's been a lot of them that have been unscrupulous. Not our boys, not this DA's office. Okay? And not the feds. When they come for you, they got you. They rather not bring a case at all if they can't win it. And that's a fact. So when they indicted you, Donald, they got you. They got you on the documents case in Mar-a-Lago. Oh yeah, Jack got you now. Then he turned around and brought another situation with the document case. They indicted you again. They already been convicted in civil court. On this whole sexual misconduct and defaming her character. And then you turn around and you're an idiot, Donald. You turn around and attack the same woman that you got paid $1 million, $5 million. So she sued you again. So this time it might be $125 million. She might beat the sisters Stone in Mar-a-Lago. You have to be the worst defendant any criminal lawyer has had because you won't shut up. That's the first thing a lawyer tells you. Shut up. Don't say nothing. Well, you missed that. You just completely missed that altogether. They telling you to be quiet, keep your mouth shut. You don't know how to do that now. It's like you can't do that. And evidently, a career prosecutor, Rudy Giuliani, he knew when he read that indictment, he was screwed, but he's bought and paid for it. He has to jump on TV because he's in just as much trouble as you are. So he has to do that. He knew when he read that, like most career prosecutors who read that indictment. They had Bill Barr on last night, CNN. Bill Barr said, I read this. Man was the United States Attorney General who did his best to protect you, Donald. We looked at that and and this is going to be troublesome. Troublesome. I started laughing. These guys, so they're not like civilians. They don't really go hard in on you. They try to maintain their professionalism. Troublesome. Words like that. No, they got you, Donna. They got you. And then there's some idiot. Margie Taylor Greene wasn't somebody, it was that idiot. Maybe I vote for Donald Trump even if he was in the jail cell. I support it. Here's a woman that the Freedom Party don't even want to fool with. Now you know how wild the Freedom Party is. They throw her out. Now, anytime crazy don't want to fool with crazy, you the crazy ass, as far as they're concerned. We gotta get off Donald a little bit. Because all these crazy people, right? And these are people the American people actually voted for. Well, some of the American people. And put them in office. And look at that insanity. Okay? That insanity. And Laura over another night on the floor of the Congress arguing about a bill that one or the other wanted to propose first to have Joe Biden impeached. There's nothing to impeach him for. But they ought to, and then one of them, they act like two, I'm not going to say high school, but grade school, not grade school, middle school. Middle school. Calling each other names. Of course, Laura both claimed she called her Marjorie, called her a little baby. But these two don't like each other anyway. Because they want to see who can be the MAGA the most.
Sure.
Who's the most MAGA? I call the most maniacs. It's astounding, isn't it? Just watch that on the floor of the United States Congress. Kevin McCarthy, the speaker now, he just sold his soul to the devil. I needed their votes to become speaker. I have never wanted anything that bad in my entire life, and I'm 71 years old. Wow. I'm gonna sell my soul to the devil. And I know for a fact that the legitimate, sane Republicans are losing their minds. As far as a Republican, I'll be losing my mind about these idiots and the embarrassment that these buffoons have caused them. They should be losing their minds. I remember the night that it took them 5 votes to make something that should have took 15 minutes took 5 days. 5 days to elect the speaker. Well, I remember it was on that 5th day, and that idiot Katz, little Matty boy, that in there, one of the Republicans would get ready to punch him right in his face. The guy had to grab it. Because they sick of him, man. Goes around, comes around, Donald. Rudyard Kipling talked about death. Death comes in many ways, many forms. Rudyard Kipling said, no matter whom the bell tolls, tolls to thee. When you decided to attack America, the Constitution of the United States, with a mob who I saw as enemy combatants, that's what they were. They were no better than, you could name Al Qaeda, no better than Daesh, which is ISIS, for those who don't know, or any other group termed terrorists. They were just like that. And we call them enemy combatants. What's up with that? I think the law enforcement community exercised extreme restraint that day. And as a result, 5 of them died. That's when you saw Jack Smith announcing Donald Trump's indictment for those activities that day. It's the only time I seen Jack get emotional. He was reserved, but you could see the difference in his demeanor. He's a career prosecutor, representing the Constitution of the United States. Those were a couple sessions ago, right here. America get it all right throughout history? No, they haven't. But they didn't get it all wrong either. No one's perfect. Made leaps and bounds. We still have leaps and bounds to go. But they got this right. Donald Trump always, Donald Trump. Donald J. Trump. We gotta make sure we got the right Donald. I hate to think there's any more out there. Came in to this set, wanted to be remembered. Well, he's gonna be remembered for all the wrong things. See this cult following he has, because they see him as another Jim Jones. Those of you who remember Jim Jones, that whole death of 900 people in Guyana. Well, that started right here in the United States, right here. Jim Jones him drinking the Kool-Aid. Well, what do you think these people drinking? I told you, death comes in many ways. They drinking Kool-Aid too. And they're morally dead. Morally bankrupt. Following Donald, their cult leader. Look at David Koresh, there in Waco. With all that crazy foolishness that was going on there. Following another cult leader. Well, Donald just took a page out of their playbook. Oh, and I'm glad that we're the prosecutor that said it's time for this to end. See, we go through cycles. there's a pendulum that swings right and left. Okay? Right and left. Well, now it's time for the pendulum to swing back. Okay, we went through this madness, and I told you again a couple sessions ago. You're not going to excuse me, attack America, expect for her not to strike back. Don't work that way. You know what I mean? Make that make sense. She's not going to permit that. And she will crush you. And that's what's happening to Donald. He's already spent close to $50 million in legal defense. So it's her dad on the news. So far, he's still got an indictment coming in Georgia. They're going to indict him for that phone call he made to Raffensperger. Can you find me 11,780 votes? That's one more than we need. A vote you didn't get. And you on the phone, a recorded line. You calling the government and you automatically on the recorded line. Don't call no government agency talking crazy. Well, he did. What you gonna say? You didn't say it? Oh, dude, I know these defense lawyers, and I understand them. I understand this guy got plenty of money. Hey, he needed defense. I mean, he has a right to a defense. We're gonna put the best defense we can for him. And what is that? Well, we know. They're getting paid. But my moral compass, I could never defend him if I was a defense lawyer. And no, dude, no, I'm not going to call him your evil ass. We don't want no FCC violation. I'm not going to the court with you, dude. Doing nothing. But defending you if you stole a popsicle. No. What goes around comes around. I don't know about you, I'm loving every minute of this. Because he deserves every minute of this. You see what his daughter and Jared Kushner did, his son-in-law. Nah, come on, dude, we out. He announced he man, and they're right. The only reason that he's announcing that he's running for president again is because he don't want to go to jail. He's going anyway. Don't worry about it, people. Yes. It's time now. It's time. I'm going to keep a close eye on this as well as other news stories. We'll come back, we'll give an update and get the world updated. Anyway, thanks for being here today. I really appreciate it. Here, mixed place here, The Voice on 7104. See you next week, folks. All right, sir.